Listen carefully, because what I'm about to tell you will change how you hear every word that comes out of a woman's mouth after she's betrayed you. Most men think cheating begins with a kiss, a message, or a lie, but it starts much earlier, with a sentence. A soft, harmless-sounding phrase that slips past your guard and infects your mind. You'll hear it one night after an argument or on a quiet drive home, and something inside you will tighten because it doesn't sound like her anymore. She'll say things like, "I just need some space," or "You've changed," and you'll try to reason, to fix, to prove her wrong, but you can't, because the moment she starts saying these words, the betrayal has already begun, not in her body, but in her heart. These are not random sentences. They're psychological smokescreens, subtle rehearsals to justify what she's already decided to do. Once she says them, understand this: she's not warning you she's leaving. She's preparing her soul to betray you. Number 1, I just need some space. When a woman says, "I just need some space," she's not asking for air. She's asking for freedom from the guilt of what she's already done. It's never about space in the physical sense. It's emotional camouflage. She doesn't want to breathe. She wants to breathe without you watching. In the beginning, you think it's temporary. You think, maybe she's overwhelmed. Maybe she just needs to clear her mind. That's how every man justifies it, because he still believes the relationship is fixable. But what he doesn't understand is this: when she says she needs space, she's already using that space, just not with you. You see, space is the most elegant word ever invented to hide betrayal. It sounds mature, balanced, healthy. The kind of thing emotionally intelligent people say in therapy. But in reality, it's the linguistic cover-up of infidelity. It allows her to build a parallel life while maintaining the illusion of honesty. She doesn't want confrontation. She wants distance, because distance gives her control. The farther she is from you, the less guilty she feels. The less you ask, the freer she becomes. And soon, she's not trying to find herself. She's trying to erase you from the version of herself that still feels wrong. When she says, "I just need some space," what she really means is, I need time to feel okay about what I've done. I need to enjoy my secret life without having to lie every day. I need you to stop asking questions so I can continue pretending. It's psychological theater. The line sounds peaceful, but it's actually a silent declaration of exit. She's testing how far she can drift before you notice she's gone. And every man who gives her that space, unknowingly, participates in his own disappearance. Because here's the truth no one tells you. When a woman still loves you, she wants closeness, not distance. She wants to be seen, not separated. The moment she asks for space, she's already chosen someone or something else to fill it. So stop believing her words. Study her actions. Space isn't something women need when they're loyal. It's what they demand when they're building a life where you no longer exist. By the time you hear, "I just need some space," it's already over. You're not losing her. You've already lost her. You're just being politely dismissed from a story that ended long before you noticed the silence. Number 2, you've changed. When she says, "You've changed," she isn't describing you. She's describing her justification. Those 2 words sound simple, almost harmless, but they carry a loaded implication. That you are the reason she fell out of love. That you broke what was once beautiful. It's a surgical redirection of guilt. Elegant, manipulative, and deeply rehearsed. Every man hears this line at some point, and almost all of them react the same way. They panic. They start questioning themselves. Have I really changed? Did I stop being who I was? They begin to chase the version of themselves she claims to miss. But here's the truth she won't tell you. She doesn't want the old you back. She just wants to absolve herself of what she's already done. You've changed is not an observation. It's a deflection. She says it when her loyalty has shifted, when her attraction has found a new direction. It's easier to say you've changed than to admit I have. It's easier to accuse than to confess. When a woman cheats, emotionally or physically, she needs a narrative to make it look like an emotional evolution, not a moral failure. She can't live as the betrayer, so she recasts herself as the victim of your transformation. You stopped listening. You became distant. You're not the same man. The story writes itself, and it makes her feel clean. But the truth is far colder. She's the one who changed. The woman who once loved your flaws now uses them as her excuse. The things that once made her eyes light up, your focus, your ambition, your logic, now become the weapons she uses to justify leaving. Because guilt is heavy, and she needs to drop it somewhere. She drops it on you. Understand this. When a woman says, "You've changed," she's really saying, "You no longer serve the role I need." You didn't change. Her desires did. Her priorities did. The emotional chemistry that once tied her to you has been reallocated. Someone else now fits the new version of her fantasy. And to protect that new version, she must destroy the image of you. So she begins the narrative reconstruction. The good memories become signs she ignored. Your love becomes control. Your distance becomes emotional neglect. Every difference becomes a reason for escape. By the time you hear, "You've changed," she's already rewritten the past in her favor. She's not trying to reconnect. She's trying to end the story gracefully. And like every good writer, she makes sure her version leaves her innocent. Men often make the mistake of fighting the accusation, trying to prove they're still the same. But that's the trap. The moment you defend yourself, you're already playing her game. The game where she defines reality, and you beg to exist in it. Don't. Let her keep her illusion. You don't owe her the comfort of feeling righteous. Because the truth is brutal. She didn't leave because you changed. She left because you didn't. You stayed solid, predictable, masculine, while she became restless, self-centered, and intoxicated by novelty. "You've changed" is not her diagnosis of you. It's her confession, disguised as your fault. Number 3, you never understood me. When she says, "You never understood me," it's not an expression of pain. It's a rewriting of history. It's the final act in the emotional play. The scene where she redeems herself by turning your loyalty into negligence, your love into blindness, your silence into cruelty. She's not trying to be understood anymore. She's trying to be justified. This sentence is the perfect weapon because it sounds innocent. It wears the mask of vulnerability, yet it carries the weight of accusation. "You never understood me" doesn't just say you failed. It says I was right to leave. It transforms betrayal into self-defense. It makes her the misunderstood heroine, and you, the cold man who never got her. But here's the truth. When she loved you, she never demanded to be understood. She only needed to be desired. Only when that desire shifted elsewhere did she suddenly crave emotional understanding. Because love never needed translation until she wanted to speak a new language with someone else. This line is emotional warfare disguised as heartbreak. It's not about the past. It's about cleansing her conscience in the present. By saying, "You never understood me," She kills two birds with one stone. She erases your value and absolves her guilt. If you didn't understand her, then she was alone. And if she was alone, then what she did with another man wasn't betrayal. It was connection. It's elegant, isn't it? The same woman who once swore you knew her better than anyone now uses that very closeness as proof that you never really did. That's the genius of emotional revisionism. It doesn't need facts, only feelings. And feelings are easy to manipulate when you're the one who gets to narrate them. She'll say, "You never listened." What she means is, you didn't agree with the version of herself she wanted to become. She'll say, "You made me feel invisible." What she means is, someone else made her feel seen. Every accusation is a mirror, a reflection of her own actions projected onto you. The cruel irony? The more you try to prove you did understand her, the more guilty you look. Every explanation, every reminder, every memory you bring up only strengthens her script. That you're arguing again, missing the point, proving her right. That's the trap. You're fighting a ghost version of her, one that exists only to justify her new reality. So don't fight for her understanding. It's not real. It's not even about you anymore. It's about her need to feel innocent while doing something unforgivable. She can't bear to think she destroyed something pure. So she convinces herself it was already broken. And "you never understood me" is the line she uses to make that lie sound poetic. When she says it, don't argue. Don't beg to be understood. Just smile. Because you finally do. You understand that the woman speaking isn't the same one who loved you. She's the one who's rewriting the story, and she needs a villain. So she made one. You. Number 4. You're just imagining things. When a woman says, "You're just imagining things," she's not denying your suspicions. She's denying reality itself. That sentence isn't meant to calm you. It's meant to disarm you. It's one of the most dangerous phrases a man can hear, because it doesn't just attack your logic. It attacks your perception. It makes you doubt your own eyes, your own instincts, your own truth. By the time she says it, you've already noticed something. She's distant. She's secretive. Her phone is suddenly private. Her tone shifts. Her eyes flicker differently when she mentions a friend. You feel it. That silent disturbance that only comes when something sacred is being shared elsewhere. And then, when you confront her, she smiles. Not warmly, but strategically. You're imagining things. 4 words that turn your awareness into insanity. Understand this. When a woman uses that line, she's not defending her innocence. She's testing your weakness. She wants to see if you'll believe her version of reality over your own, because the moment you do, she wins. You'll start questioning yourself instead of her. You'll rewrite your own instincts to fit her narrative. And that's how she keeps control. Not by telling the truth, but by making you doubt your ability to recognize it. It's psychological warfare, dressed in tenderness. She'll look hurt, even offended, as if your suspicion has wounded her. But behind that fragile act lies a cold calculation. If she can make you feel guilty for noticing, she'll never have to feel guilty for doing. That's the trick. Every time you sense something wrong, she'll flip the frame. Turn your intuition into paranoia. Soon you'll apologize for asking questions, beg for her reassurance, and start censoring yourself just to keep the peace. And that's when she knows you're no longer dangerous. A man who doubts his own perception is a man she can lie to forever. Your imagining things isn't a statement. It's a spell. It doesn't erase what she's done, but It rewrites how you remember it. It makes you second-guess every clue, every late reply, every inconsistency that once screamed betrayal. You'll replay moments in your head, wondering if you've gone crazy. You haven't. You've just been gaslighted, emotionally manipulated, until your instincts serve her story instead of your own sanity. Here's the brutal truth. When a woman is faithful, she welcomes clarity. When she's hiding something, she fears your awareness more than your anger. And "you're just imagining things" is her shield, the last line of defense before her facade collapses. So don't explain, don't debate, don't defend your intuition. Silence speaks louder than her denial, because a man who knows what he sees doesn't need her validation. He just needs to walk away before her lies become his truth. Number 5. I love you, but I'm not in love with you. When she says, "I love you, but I'm not in love with you," she's not being honest. She's being strategic. It's one of the most rehearsed lines in emotional theater. It sounds deep, sincere, poetic even, like she's searching for truth. But what she's really doing is softening the exit. She doesn't want to be the villain, so she coats betrayal in empathy. That sentence is her emotional anesthetic for both of you. It lets her leave while pretending she still cares. It allows her to say goodbye without confronting the ugliness of what she's done. She gets to look sensitive, introspective, honest, while you stand there trying to make sense of a contradiction that was never meant to make sense. Think about it. How can someone love you and yet not be in love? The phrase itself is a psychological illusion, a way to separate affection from desire, loyalty from lust, guilt from responsibility. It's not a confession of lost feelings. It's a rebranding of betrayal. When she says it, she's already emotionally relocated. There's another man in her head, maybe even in her bed, and this line is the moral bridge that lets her cross over without looking cruel. I love you, translation. I still need to feel like a good person. But I'm not in love with you, translation. I've already fallen for someone else. She's not torn. She's transitioning, and she wants you to help her make that transition smooth by accepting her words as emotional truth instead of what they really are, a linguistic disguise. The brilliance of this line is that it traps you in analysis. You'll spend nights asking yourself what it means, replaying moments, dissecting every emotional nuance, while she's already moved on. She gets closure, and you get confusion. That's the trade. Because this line isn't about truth. It's about control. It's her way of dictating how you should remember her. She doesn't want you to see her as unfaithful or cold. She wants to leave your heart while still renting space in your memory, as the one who was honest. It's reputation management disguised as emotional honesty. Understand this. When a woman still loves you, she doesn't separate love into categories. Love, for her, is total, consuming. If she starts intellectualizing it, defining it, dissecting it, she's already disconnected. You can't reason your way out of love. You only do that when you're looking for a justification to stop feeling it. So when she says, "I love you, but I'm not in love with you," what she really means is, "I need to leave, but I can't bear to feel guilty. I've already chosen someone else, but I need you to believe I'm still a good person." Don't get lost in her words. They're not poetry. They're strategy. She's not confessing. She's performing. And the moment you stop decoding her sentence, you'll see the truth clearly. She doesn't love you. She loves how you make her feel about herself. And now that someone else gives her that same feeling, Her love no longer needs you to exist. In the end, truth doesn't scream. It whispers. It waits in the silence after her words, in the uneasy calm that follows her explanations. If you listen closely, you'll hear it. The moment she stopped loving you was not when she left. It was when she started lying and called it honesty. Men awaken only when they stop negotiating with illusions. You can't save someone who's already rewritten the story. You can only choose to walk away, not in anger, but in clarity. Because peace isn't found in getting answers from her. It's found in no longer needing them. If this message hit something inside you, then it was meant to. Drop your thoughts in the comments. Tell me what truth you heard tonight. And if you believe more men need to hear this, like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Let's wake up the ones still sleeping.